Yes, queen!
Gay, 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 gay. Gay, 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 gay. Gay, 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 gay.
Why? Why did you fail?
Nerderotic.com.
This is pretty funny. It wasn't a better show with more money. Doctor Who director reflects on Disney's ditched funding deal and admits something went wrong. Doctor Who, Daredevil, and The Last of Us director Peter Hoare.
Come again?
Peter Hoare has reflected on D Plus ditching its lucrative co-funding deal with Doctor Who and admitted that ultimately something went wrong. I wonder what it could be. Hoare, or is it? I'm just going to say Hoare. Originally directed Matt Smith episode "A Good Man Goes to War." I like that episode. Before returning to the BBC's flagship sci-fi series for Ncuti Gatwa's more recent stories, The Robot Revolution and Lucky Day. These formed as part of the show's most recent season, the second and final set of episodes brought to life with an injection of Disney cash. Speaking now, months after the BBC was left to confirm Disney had walked away, Hoare suggested that the deal hadn't been successful as the show hadn't gotten better despite the extra money on screen, which is true. I don't think anybody would doubt the skills at the front line of the show. I would. Hello? I would. I don't think anybody would doubt the skills at the front line of the show, but something went wrong, he told a Deadline. I think there were lots of areas you could point fingers at. Ultimately, it wasn't a better show with more money. Still, Hoare framed this ultimately as a good thing. Oh, Doctor Who was canceled, and that's a good thing. As without D Plus on board and with other streamers also looking to be more economical with their own investments, we haven't got the money anymore. Nobody has. Why is that, guys?
You were given £100 million, not dollars, £100 million, $120 million to make two six to eight episode series and a special. And then you decided to just put a fucking gay guy, a black gay guy in a fucking skirt to cry every episode and go, why doesn't the public relate to a fucking gay black guy in a skirt crying every episode? This is crazy.
They're all bigots.
Yeah, the world outside their window doesn't represent the world outside 99.9999% of everyone else's window.
Lowering the budget could only be a good thing at this point, as in, like, just make them more desperate. To actually, like, solve problems, to even entertain the idea of solving problems when it comes to making stories.
Good characters and good story will always trump special effects every day of the week.
Yep.
I don't care. Red Dwarf looked like it was made with... I know, but Red Dwarf was made out of fucking sellotape and grey military paint.
That's my point. Doctor Who is the prime example of being made out of sellotape.
It used to be, and it was loved for decades upon decades. Now we have modernity and special, and over budgeting, and it's there to try and compensate for god awful characters, god awful writing that nobody can relate to. And again, this doesn't resemble the Doctor. So we're not even seeing the Doctor. And Ncuti Gatwa was not the Doctor. He split from the Doctor. So he's not even the Doctor in the first fucking place.
They'll just do everything but admit what the big problem is. And it's hilarious at this point. When do they need to start filming to get the Christmas special out? It's got to be in the next couple of months.
Well, if it's coming out this year, they can't be filming any less than April at the absolute latest.
Yep. Still, Hoare framed it ultimately as a good thing, as without D Plus on board and other streamers are also looking to be more economical with their own investments, we haven't got the money anymore. Nobody has. Hoare was interviewed as he revealed plans to reboot fellow classic BBC sci-fi series. Oh, no. Blake
Blake
Seven. A project he's undertaking alongside Good Girl's Guide to Murder and The Witcher producer Matt Bausch, discussing why now was a good time to revive the Blake Seven franchise. Bausch noted that the pair had seen a gap in the market in the UK, particularly with publicized dropping off of Doctor Who for genre-based British IP. Ouch.
It's not about genre.
No, it's much bigger problem than genre.
Yeah.
The BBC's belated confirmation that it would continue Doctor Who without Disney's funding came after months of speculation surrounding the show's future. Current Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies had previously talked of writing scripts for a third season in the show's current era. Now all the BBC has confirmed is that it will fund a single one-off spin-off penned by Davies to be shown this Christmas. So a one-off spin-off? A spin-off. That's an interesting way to put it.
No one's going to care.
No. But which many fans expect, nobody's assuming that's going to happen. Which many fans expect will be used to wrap up his cliffhanger before more permanent future for the show is found. The permanent future is no future. Deadline previously reported that Disney's Doctor Who, I love that they called it Disney's Doctor Who, deal fell apart due to concerns around the show's budget and shrinking audience, with no suggestion it was likely to break through to a mainstream American audience amid criticism of the series' writing and story arcs. Even Doctor Who actor, writer, and superfan Mark Gatiss recently suggested the show was in need of a rest.
Well, thanks for contributing.
Thank you. We'd like to thank D Plus for being terrific global partners and collaborating over the past 2 seasons and for the upcoming The War Between the Land and Sea.
Imagine that's all that Disney could stomach. Woke fucking Disney, as woke could possibly be, we're just like, we can't even waste £100 million on this shit anymore. We got no return from it. We didn't get a single rating. We didn't get a pop for Disney Plus. We got nothing. I guarantee you thousands of people watched it on Disney Plus. Just thousands, a few thousand, maybe 8 at best. But I bet you they got nothing. Nobody watched that fucking show.
If somebody does a deep dive on this, especially using the metric of, I don't know, a free Star Trek show on YouTube, where it's sitting at 178,000 views, which are not watching the whole episode. So if you can get into the numbers and see what the average watch time, I'm sure Video IQ could do that. And you find out that the average watch time is maybe 5 minutes. That might be a little high.
But if you think about it, 150, let's say 200,000 views, right? Let's just round it up. Say 200,000 views. What percent of those 200,000 views is the same person clicking on it multiple times? So let's reduce that down to 150,000 views. So out of that 150,000 views, who then tuned in because it was free? 100,000. So leaving with them with let's say potentially around 50,000 people who watched it because they were big Star Trek fans. Out of that 50,000 that are big Star Trek fans, who is then going to make the plunge to go and buy Paramount Plus to watch more of this? If you go by the rule of that, 10%, so 5,000 people?
Maybe. I mean, maybe. So then you take that metric, right, and you apply it to something behind a paywall.
Yes.
So they would have to, it's not even recommended. They would have to seek it out. And the percentages there's a reason they don't share numbers from streamers. It's because they're incredibly low, insanely low. So I don't think you are wrong at all to say on Disney Plus here in America, not the iPlayer. I'm sure more people watched it on the iPlayer in the UK, but for Americans going to Disney Plus and watching it, to say it's in the tens of thousands, I don't think it's far off.
No, I think that's fair.
I really don't. And I don't know if Red Letter Media was being tongue in cheek when they talked about this. I don't know if you guys remember what they said. They heard from people that's basically who was watching Kurtzman Trek, tens of thousands. Even if it's 20,000, 30,000, you're putting millions of dollars into an episode and you are just bleeding money at this point. So if it's low, that's why the YouTube thing is significant. And I just kind of speculated if it was a humiliation ritual by the Ellisons to, put this on YouTube for free and we'll know. And you can, I've already seen the excuses for that. Listen, it was promoted. It was promoted through Star Trek sites. So Star Trek fans knew about it. That's how I found out. As I fucking saw a Star Trek site say, oh, they're putting the episode up for free. I'm like, oh,
yes, I saw. I saw on a Pro Trek tweet that linked to a website saying that it was going up for free.
Up for free, and
all I had to do, dude, all we had to do in the UK was just click VPN America. Boom, we could watch it for free as well. That's all we had to do.
Yeah.
So it would take somebody like me 2 seconds. And I could watch it on YouTube. So out of that 200,000, how many people did that?
Yeah, like not many. And again, those 178,000 views are not 178,000 people watching the episode all the way through. And even if it was, that's insanely, embarrassingly low. And then apply that to behind a paywall. So, and that's why the Nielsen numbers are in minutes watched. And that's why this is why Netflix dominates the Nielsen numbers, because they drop all their episodes at once and they count all previous episodes. So if it's a show that has 200 episodes, of course it's going to be number one. So when Suits, dominates, it's because they count the whole fucking series and everybody watching the whole series and the minutes watched. And listen, if we're wrong, Paramount, show us the numbers. Show us the numbers and prove us wrong. And the thing is, they can't come out and show like fake numbers because they have stockholders. So they have to be truthful to some extent.
To some degree.
To some degree, yes. To some extent. But
we still know that they play with these numbers.
Well, they can generalize and lie off the generalization. Fucking Amazon did that. We'd like to thank D Plus for being terrific global partners, blah, 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 says Lindy Salt. Thanks for funding our woke garbage. The BBC remains fully committed to Doctor Who.
No,
you should be committed for what you did for Doctor Who.
Yeah, fully committed.
Fully committed.
To an asylum.
Which continues to be one of our most loved dramas.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Your numbers have shown that. Your fucking viewing figures have shown that. And you're 1.5 million at your lowest. 1.5 million.
I mean, you'd think it would have been Star Wars, but I think Doctor Who is the best example of like draining every last droplet of passion out of a fan base.
Yeah.
Just gone. I saw a post saying like, Billy Piper is the Doctor Christmas special. That's actually a thing and no one cares.
No.
No one's talking about any of it.
No one's ever wanted that.
No, because
that's not even what I'm talking about. No one even cares to talk about it. You know what I mean?
You're right. I mean, good point. But even the people like who are fans of the stuff that had come out recently were like against Billy Piper being the Doctor. Like Mr. Retardus was even against it. We can assure. We are delighted that Russell T. Davies has agreed to write us another spectacular Christmas special for 2026. He's the only one willing to do it. We can assure fans the Doctor is not going anywhere. Okay. Remember this.
They're right. No, Gary, they're right. The Doctor is not going anywhere. He's not going on TV.
Yep. Yes, he's going nowhere. And we will be announcing plans for the next series in due course, which will ensure that Retardus remains at the heart of the BBC. So they're searching for funding right now. But if it just goes back to just the BBC doing it, that'll be hilarious. Right now, do you know where you can stream modern post-2005 Doctor Who for free.
For
like,
free?
well, not for free. Okay. Do you know where you can stream it where you have a subscription? If you nowhere. The answer is nowhere.
No, yeah, he got removed
The answer
from Netflix.
is nowhere. It is
got
not
removed from Amazon.
Yeah. It got well, it was on Netflix, then it went to Amazon, then it went to HBO, and now it's off HBO. And nobody is even willing to bid to have it on their streaming service.
Seriously though, if you're going to put something on a streaming service, you literally, we just discussed it. You're putting on the streaming service for numbers. You're putting it on to get that. That's why like Suits was on, and Suits did really well because, they put something that has a body of work that people used to like once upon a time. You put Suits on, people are just like, oh, I remember Suits. That was a great little show. And they watch more of that because comparative to today's slop, it's much more interesting to watch. By the way, Smallville has just gone over to Netflix. So Smallville's now on Netflix. So I expect that to do probably pretty decently.
It's probably going to do pretty well.
You can't put modern Doctor Who on a streaming service because you're putting it there because we're going to pay money. We're going to pay licensing money to put this on our streaming service that nobody's going to fucking watch it.
Well, I mean, there are so many signs of the decline of Star Trek and all this, but I think, for example, because I'm not going to let this go, the exclusive manufacturer of 1/6 scale Doctor Who action figures went out of business and screwed over Doctor Who fans and by not refunding any pre-orders or anything like that. There's no merchandising, and now nobody wants it even on their streamer. And like the modern Doctor Who for the first, God, there's so much bad now. So we can just say the first half. Remember when most of Doctor Who was pretty good and it was just a couple of shitty Jodie series? Now it's half of Doctor Who is complete shit of the modern series. So nobody wants it. And that's why the Disney deal made no fucking sense because they couldn't air any of the older Doctor Who. They could only air the Shudigatwa Doctor Who. That's why they were almost going to call it season 1 when they
they wanted to release it as sort of a new.
I thought it was that's how they categorized it on Disney Plus and shit.
They did.
That's what Russell T Davies wanted. Yes.
Yes. It's all confusing, but it's gone.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.